Ladies and gentlemen, 4x4, please welcome Carol Shedlin.
I never traveled further north than Old Van Cortlandt Park, or never further south than the aquarium. I've seen the charm of Jersey City, but first let me remark, I saw it from the Empire State Solarium. But I've been putting nickels in the postal savings bank, and when those nickels pile up, we can toddle off and swank. And I don't mean an ordinary cook store, I mean a cabin deluxe tour. Someday we'll go places, new lands and new faces, the day we quit punching the clock. The future looks pleasant, but at present, let's take a walk around the block. You're just the companion I wanted Grand Canyon for throwing old blades down the rock. The money we'll have will go for travel. Meantime, let's walk around the block. Gangway, we'll begin when our ship comes in. I'll sit on your lap, all over the map, to London in Maytime, to Venice in playtime, to Paris in time for a frock, to Boston in bean time, darling, meantime, let's take a walk around the block. Onward to Cathay, then to Mandalay, then Vladivostok, where Bolsheviks flock. We'll send the folks cables, accumulate labels, buy souvenirs till we're in hock. Right now we are flat in old Manhattan. Let's take a walk around the block. Let's take a walk around the block. Welcome. Good evening. Yip Harburg collaborated on those lyrics with his lifelong friend, Ira Gershwin, two Lower East Side fellas writing clever, witty dialogue. The Arlen Harburg Bloomer Girl has my favorite Guy song, set in the Civil War. So just pretend that I'm a yearning, lovesick Yankee. Evelina, won't you ever take a shine to that moon? Evelina, ain't you bothered by the bobolink's tune? Tell me how long you're gonna keep delaying the day. Don't you reckon it's wrong, trifling with April this way? Evelina, won't you pay a little mind to me soon? Wake up, wake up, the earth is fair, the fruit is fine. But what's the use of smelling watermelon or climbing the another fella's vine? Evelina, won't you roll off that vine and be mine? Tell me how long you're gonna keep delaying the day. Don't you reckon it's wrong, trifling with April this way? Evelina, won't you pay a little mind to me soon? Wake up, wake up. The earth is fair, the fruit is fine. But what's the use of smelling watermelon clinging to another fella's vine? Evelina, 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 won't you roll off that vine and be mine? On the day I was born, said my father, said he, I've an elegant legacy waiting for ye. 'Tis a rhyme for your lips and a song for your heart, to sing it whenever the world falls apart. 'Twas a sumptuous gift to bequeath to a child. Oh, the lure of that song kept her feet running wild. For you never grow old, and you never stand still, with whippoorwill singing beyond the next hill. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the hill and stream. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow the fellow who follows a dream. So I bundled my heart and I roamed the world free, to the east with the lark, to the west with the sea. And I searched all the earth and I scanned all the skies, but I found it at last in my own true love's eyes. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow it over the hill and stream. Look, look, look to the rainbow, follow the fellow who follows a dream. Follow the fellow, follow the fellow, follow the fellow who follows a dream. My elegant legacy came from my quiet, genteel grandfather. I was a Depression baby, but somehow each birthday he managed to present me with a beautifully illustrated book of fairy tales, Oz books, worlds of make-believe stirring my imagination. So Yip Harburg's lyrics express how I feel about life, hope, humor, moon, June, roses, and rainbow's ends, and romance. Something sweet, something sort of grandish sweeps my soul. When thou art near, my heart feels so sugar candish, my head feels so ginger beer. Something so darish, so I don't care-ish, stirs me from limb to limb. It's so terrific, magnific, delish to have such an amorish, glamourish dish. We could be, oh, so bright and groomish, skies could be so bluish blue, life could be so love and bloomish, if my ishes could come true. Thou art sweet, thou art sort of grandish, thou outlandish cavalier. From now on, we're hand in handish, Romeo and Guinevere. Thou art so adorish, toujours l'amourish, you're so cherchez la femme. Why should I vanquish, relinquish, resist, when I simply relish this swellish condish? You might be mannishish or mouseish, you might be a fowler fish, but with me, your Eisenhausish, please accept my proposition. You're under my skinish, so please be givinish, or it's the beginnish of the finish of me. A lot of Harburg hits had to do with money. Brother, can you spare a dime? Necessity. Lord says go out and have fun. Landlord says the rent ain't paid. I'd sure like to be the idle rich. But here's my tip from Yip regarding species. 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 When preacher can't preach you, and teacher can't teach you, when angels can't reach you, the money cat can. Oh, we give social status to all Hicksville tomatoes. If you want kicks and class and clothes, money cat knows where the money tree grows. Beauticians will sleek you, the fashion cats chic you, aristocrats seek you, man. For should that dream of glory be part of your plan, if anyone can help you, the money cat can. Money cat knows where the money tree grows. Mingle with the right folk. Meet the bottle poppers. Rub elbows with the elite and the big name droppers. If you've got your heart set on mooching with the smart set, money cat knows where the money tree grows. Get your picture painted on the magazine cover. You can have a palace with a built-in lover. Money cat can buy up anyone who's high up. We've got dicks and politics and law in the palm of our paw. The broker will hail you, the banker regale you, the country unveil you, man. So why be a flopola with egg on your pan? If anyone can save you, the money cat can. The money cat can. Money cat can. Money cats. Thank you. I've had such fun. I'm flustered. If I only had a brain. So I will close with an unusually inarticulate Harburg. Lady, last Saturday, or was it yesterday? I was rehearsing a speech. Really, I think it's a peach. Hope you don't think it's a breach of recognized etiquette. I'm from Connecticut. You see the state that I'm in. I mean, I'm in a mess. What was that speech? Oh, yes, yes. I like the likes of you. I like the things you do. I mean, I like the likes of you. I like like your eyes of blue. I think they're blue, don't you? I mean, I like your eyes of blue. Oh dear, if I could only say what I mean. I mean, if I could mean what I say. That is, I mean to say that I mean to say that I like the likes of you. Your looks are pure deluxe. Looks like I like the likes of you. I really do, I really do. Oh dear, if I could only say what I mean. I mean, if I could mean what I say. That is, I mean to say that I mean to say that I like the likes of you. Your looks are pure deluxe. Looks like I like the likes of you. Looks like I like the likes of you. Ain't it the truth? And now, it's my great pleasure to introduce John Delphin.
Why, thank you. Don't be a stranger. It falls to me to tell the story of 4x4. Pass the matzah around, it'll help. We learned today it was actually in 1999 that Carol and Goethe both got phone calls from a certain club which shall remain nameless, which has cinder blocks in front of it across the street. They had a couple of open dates on short notice, and would they like to take those dates? And Carol and Goethe both independently said, no, I couldn't possibly put a show together for you in 6 weeks. But then they spoke to each other and they said, why don't we do a show together, and maybe we could get a couple of other people and share the hour. And Carol brought that to me, and I said, well, here's an idea. Why don't you each take a composer and just do 15 minutes or so of a particular composer, and each of you pick a different composer, and you could call the show 4x4. Seemed like a wonderful idea, didn't it? And so that's what we did. And I said, and for the next time you do the show, you did composers the first time, so do lyricists the second time. Brilliant, isn't it? So simple. And so having made up those rules, being the total iconoclast that I am now about to violate them. I'm going to sing for you a Johnny Mercer song, but it's a Johnny Mercer song for which Johnny Mercer wrote the music. Aha. Yes, he did write the lyrics, of course, but he wrote the music. When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me, you can bet as sure as you live, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irrepressible smile such as yours warms an old implacable heart such as mine, don't say no, because I insist. Somewhere, somehow, someone's gonna be kissed. So on guard, who knows what the fates have in store? From their vast, mysterious sky, I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try? Fight, 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 fight it with all of our might. Chances are some heavenly star-spangled night we'll find out as sure as we live. Something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. Thank you. When I was in high school, we took a series of tests one day every fall, standardized tests. One of them was called the Cooter Preference Test. The CUDA preference test worked like this. You were given a choice of 3 things to do, and you were supposed to pick the one that you most wanted to do and the one that you least wanted to do. So, for instance, play football, read a book, do needlepoint. Pick the one you most want, pick the one you... And then when you're all finished, there were I think there were 200 of these sets. And when you're all finished with that, you then had to tally up your scores, and each one that you answered corresponded to a raw score, which corresponded to a graph, and all this was supposed to tell you what your preferences were, as if you actually needed a test to tell you what your preferences were. They did not have a test to tell you where your talents lie, but they had a test for your preferences. And I remember one of the categories was outdoors. I wasn't quite sure what that category meant. I figured, forest ranger. I can tell you, though, that in order to achieve the first percentile on the graph for outdoors, you needed to have 40 hits in the raw score. I had 4. Johnny Mercer wrote this song for me. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow, never roped a steer 'cause I don't know how, and I sure ain't fixin' to start in now. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride, for I learned to stand. I'm a riding fool who is up to date. I know every trail in the Lone Star State, 'cause I ride the range in a Ford V8. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay, yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. I know all the songs that the cowboys know about the big corral where the dogies go. I learned them all on the radio. Yippee-i-oh-ki-yay. And yes, he wrote the music to that too. Now, I was actually planning to do a very long treatise for you on compositional theory, involving motivic development, theme and variations, rhythm, harmony, melody, taking a phrase, inverting a phrase, extending a phrase, and I was going to do all of this to demonstrate the most perfectly written compositionally song that I know. It's by Johnny Mercer. That he should have, obviously very well trained. If you, and I had flashcards. Aaron was going to be my Vanna White. It was going to be really spectacular. I'm so sorry. But they tell me the show is running long, and besides, we figured out that you could analyze the song or you could just enjoy it. Get in touch with that sundown fellow as he tiptoes across the sand. He's got a million kinds of stardust. Pick your favorite brand and dream when you're feeling blue. Dream, that's the thing to do. Just watch the smoke rings rise in the air. You'll find your share of memories there. So dream when the day is through. Dream and they might come true. Things never are as bad as they seem. So dream, dream, dream. See, he takes the phrase and then he lowers it and then he does it again and then he makes it longer. It's just, you know, I have to confess, I'm exhausted. I've sung 3 songs. How do you people do this? I need a break. Is there anyone out in the audience who maybe had a birthday yesterday and? I don't think so. You there, young man. Would you please join us, please? Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Aaron Morishita.
Time and again, I've longed for adventure, something to make my heart beat the faster. What did I long for? I never really knew. Finding your love, I found my adventure. Touching your hand, my heart beats the faster. All that I want in all of this world is you. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes my lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely star. You are the angel glow that lights the star. The dearest things I know are what you are, and someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine. Thanks. These are the lyrics of Oscar Hammerstein II. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'd just leave you all alone and you could just listen to the lyrics. However, we have a special guest appearance by my evil alter ego, the musical theater dweeb, who feels compelled to give you some major instruction about all of this. All right? Here we go. Oscar Hammerstein II, the bridge between the old and the new. The old musical reviews, flimsy stories, concocted into musical comedy pieces, operettas, all of that kind of stuff. Now, Oscar Hammerstein was a master at all of this. He wrote all kinds of songs, wildly successful during this time period. Songs that the shows have pretty much disappeared, but the songs live on. Songs that you sometimes forget anyone even ever had to write. I mean, it's things like Indian Love Call. It's hard to imagine that somebody actually did write When I'm Calling You, ooh, 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 ooh. That was Hammerstein. But that's not it for him. He was also the architect of the modern musical theater with lyrics and librettos for shows like Showboat and Oklahoma and Carousel. He transformed the way we think of musical theater into something that used to be light and frivolous into something that was much more serious, with real stories, three-dimensional characters, and you'll be glad to know it's coming back around to me now, actable songs. So, here are two of those songs written in the very specific voices of two very specific characters, both from South Pacific. Yes, I said South Pacific. When the sky is a bright canary yellow, I forget every cloud I've ever seen. So they called me a cockeyed optimist, immature and incurably green. I have heard people rant and rave and bellow that we're done and we might as well be dead. But I'm only a cockeyed optimist, and I can't get it into my head. I hear the human race is falling on its face and hasn't very far to go. But every whippoorwill is selling me a bill and telling me it just ain't so. I could say life is just a bowl of jello and appear more intelligent and smart. But I'm stuck like a dope with this thing called hope, and I can't get it out of my heart. Not this heart. One dream in my heart, one love to be living for, one love to be living for. This nearly was mine, one girl for my dreams, one partner in paradise. This promise of paradise, this nearly was mine. Close to my heart she came, only to fly away, only to fly as day flies from moonlight. Now I'm alone, still dreaming of paradise, still saying that paradise once nearly was mine. So clear and deep are my fancies of things I wish were true. I'll keep remembering evenings I wish I'd spent with you. I'll keep remembering kisses from lips I'll never own, and all the lovely adventures that we have never known. Now I'm alone, still dreaming of paradise, still saying that paradise once nearly was mine. Thanks. This next song is a role that I have been spending my entire life preparing to play. Now, it doesn't matter that now I am officially too old to play the role, and neither does it matter that the role doesn't even exist anymore, insofar as the libretto has been rewritten by David Henry Hwang, and the role is gone. I'm still preparing for it. You are young and beautiful, sweet as the breath of May. Earnestly I speak to you, weigh every word I say. If you want to have a rosy future and be happy as a honeybee, with a husband who will always love you, baby, don't marry me. If you want a man you can depend on, I can absolutely guarantee I will never fail to disappoint you. Baby, don't marry me. I eat lychee nuts and cookies in bed. and I fill the bed with nutshells and crumbs. I have irritating habits you'll dread, like the way I have of cracking my thumbs. My grandpa was a big game hunter. He met grandma swinging on a tree. If you want to have attractive children, baby, don't marry me. If you'd like to see your sons and daughters sliding up and down their father's knee, they'll get splinters in their little fannies. Cookie, don't marry me. I'm devoted to my dear old mama, and if you and mama disagree, I will always side with her against you. Snooky, don't marry me. If you always need to know where I go, if you don't like a man to keep you in doubt, honey, that's a thing that's easy to know. You will always know where I am, I'm out. I am talking like a Chinese uncle. I'm as serious as I can be. I am saying this because I love you. Darling, don't marry me. Marry a dope, innocent and gaga. Marry a con, Ollie or the Aga. Marry for money or marry for free. But don't marry me. Here's another one of those songs that is so familiar that it's hard to imagine anybody had to write it. Was Oscar Hammerstein, Jerome Kern. I hear music when I look at you, a beautiful theme of every dream I ever knew. Down deep in my heart, I hear it play, I feel it start, then melt away. I hear music when I touch your hand, that beautiful melody from some enchanted land. Down deep in my heart, I hear it say, is this the day? I alone have heard this lonely strain. I alone have heard this glad refrain. Must it be forever inside of me? Why can't I let you go? Why can't I let you know? Why can't I let you know the song my heart would sing? That beautiful rhapsody of love and youth and spring. The music is sweet, the words are true. Yeah, the music is sweet, and the words are true. The music is sweet, and the song is you. And I am leaving you with my very, very favorite Hammerstein lyric. This lyric is amazing. It is simple, direct, eloquent, and universal. Someday we'll build a home on a hilltop high, you and I, shiny and new, a cottage that two can fill, and we'll be pleased to be called the folks who live on the hill. And someday we may be adding a thing or two, a wing or two. We will make changes as any family will, but we will always be called the folks who live on the hill. Our veranda will command a view of meadows green, the sort of view that seems to want to be seen. And when our kids grow up and leave us, we'll still be sharing that same old view, just we two, Darby and Joan, who used to be Jack and Jill. The folks who like to be called what they have always been called, the folks who live on the hill. Thanks. Once again, this is Mr. John Delphin.
Get off my stage. Back to Mr. Johnny Mercer. I want to be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart. Somebody twice as smart as I. Somebody who will swear to be true, like you used to do with me, who'll lead you to learn that misery loves company. Wait and see, I want to be around to see how he does it when he breaks your heart to bits. Let's see if the puzzle fits so fine. And that's when I'll discover that revenge is sweet, as I sit there applauding from a front row seat when somebody breaks your heart like you broke mine. Now, some of you may remember that Johnny Mercer wrote that and Tony Bennett recorded it and had a bit of a hit of it, but that's not why I sang it. No, I'm about to violate the rule again, my own rule. See, when we were putting together the show and, picking songwriters, lyricists with, healthy volumes of work, a lot of people put cabaret shows together that way. It's like, okay, I'm going to do Burt Bacharach, I'm going to do whatever. But it occurred to me that there are certain people that if you tried to do a show as a tribute to all of their oeuvre.
Bless you.
Thank you. You might have a little bit of a problem. Like, for instance, if you wanted to do a cabaret act in tribute to Sadie Wimmerstedt, well, I just did. See, Sadie Wimmerstedt wrote the line, I want to be around to pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart. And she sent that to Johnny Mercer. And he wrote the song. But she gets credit. You ever see the sheet music? She's got full credit for that. Of course, it's the only thing she ever did in the world of music. And I did some research on this, and I found out some very interesting things. There are lots of people who fall into this category. I thought I would find maybe a couple here and there, people who wrote one song that's really famous, and then we never heard from them again. "Walkin' After Midnight," Patsy Cline song. It's the only song those guys ever wrote. "Hard-Hearted Hannah." Who knew? They were never heard from again. Buddy Johnson, the guy who wrote "Since I Fell for You," he also wrote a song called "Did You See Jackie Robinson Hit That Ball?" That was his second most famous song. And I was looking around and I was finding all sorts of interesting people who wrote songs. For instance, we had a vice president of the United States is responsible for a song called "I Get Along Without You Very Well." No, wait, I'm sorry. I'm confusing two songs. No, that's our current vice president's philosophy. Charles Dawes was the vice president back in 1925, and he wrote the music for "It's All in the Game." Many a tear has to fall, but it's all in the game. I Get Along Without You Very Well is actually in this category. It was a poem written by someone named Jane Brown, and as they say, that's all she wrote. You could do a whole show like this. You could do a tribute to Herman Hupfeld. And then you'd have to make a decision. Do you open with As Time Goes By, and then sing when Yuba plays the rumba on his tuba? Or do you do them in the other order? You could do a tribute to Alan Arkin. I like you, 'cause you don't make me nervous. I met someone like you before, but only once or twice. Once or twice, and not very recently. You'll do. My blood pressure is normal. I haven't lost any sleep at all, not since Francine. And it's possible for me to concentrate on my work. I'm glad I'm not walking on air, and no trumpets go off in my ear. I don't say to myself, get a hold of myself, and I don't get a rash when you're near. You're trustworthy. I wouldn't worry if I had to go away for a few weeks. You don't beg me for money all the time. Then one thing I forgot. You're a very good cook. And I certainly love to eat. Emergency, everybody to get from street. Yeah, I've given some thought to these people who only write one song and basically stop, and I realize that once you've made the artistic statement, the biggest aspidistra in the world, what really else have you got to say? Okay, that won't work next week either. Now, there's one other songwriter who could not be found in any of the books that I looked at until I looked at my high school yearbook and I found a picture of me. And so, ladies and gentlemen, a song that no one else will sing, but I'm here. So here we go. And by the way, this song has no title. In 20 years, we've never come up with a title for this song. So if you have any thoughts afterwards, please tell me. To you, life's a dilemma. Each day, you don't know what to do. Whenever life calls, you walk into walls. That's you. To me, life is a party, a feast, loaf of bread, wine, and thou. I find a new thrill whenever life will allow. You won't believe that you don't have to grieve each day away. You always look for that well-baited hook of life. You should take a cue from me to be fancy-free. Then you'd see that you could be a winner if you'd only loosen your tie. Apply for some aid before the parade goes by. Surely you know that for flowers to grow, they need the sun. You run inside always seeking a hideaway. Don't you want to take your share of air? It's out there if you dare. And you could be so happy if you wear more comfortable shoes. Awaken and sing, you haven't a thing to lose. Yes, you could be a hero if you'd simply let down your hair. You're always so tense, it doesn't make sense. You get so uptight, it just can't be right. You want to be free, then listen to me. Go out and have fun. Now I gotta run. Bye. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming out from behind the curtain, my dear friend Gerta Grunen.
Good evening, everyone. I love Jerry Herman's music, and I'm absolutely delighted to be able to sing my favorite Jerry Herman songs for you tonight. This first song is from his very first Broadway musical, Milk and Honey. Shalom, shalom, you'll find shalom, the nicest greeting you know. It means bonjour, prelude, and soul, and twice as much as hello. It means a million lovely things, like peace be yours, welcome home. And even when you say goodbye, you say goodbye with shalom. It's a very useful word. You can use it through the day. All you really need to know, you can hardly go wrong. This is your home as long as you say shalom. The nicest greeting I know. Shalom means twice as much as hello. It means a million lovely things, like peace be yours, welcome home. And even when you say goodbye, if your voice has I don't want to go in it, say goodbye with a little hello in it. And say goodbye with shalom. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Here's one of the songs that Angela Lansbury sang when she starred as Auntie Mame. I have a feeling that time is halted. I'd like 2 straws and a chocolate malted, 'cause that's how young I feel. I feel like pecking and bunny hugging and Lindy hopping and jitterbugging, 'cause that's how young I feel. I'm mad for that big band beat. Wanna ride in a rumble seat. Sheldon's got the Chevy, love a fistful of folds and custard, to have a hot dog and sand and mustard and ride the Ferris wheel. Oh, honey, 'cause that's how young I feel. With sand and mustard and ride the Ferris wheel. Oh, honey, 'cause that's how young I feel. I feel. Follow me down the aisle of the Grumman's Chinese Theater, a colossal architectural sensation. From the plush of your seats at the Grumman's Chinese Theater, life can be as plush as your imagination. So if pure entertainment's your style, follow me. I have two on the aisle. For a day in Hollywood, a night at the Ukraine. Need to relax, need to relate. Go see Fay Ray in the paw of an ape. Watch Errol Flynn shooting his ball. Just go to the movies, just go to the picture show. Oh, and your morale needs some repairs. Watch Busby's beauties descending the stairs. Hundreds of girls doing high kicks. Just go to the movies, just go to the flicks. Vicariously, we are flying down to Rio, share the marquee with Mrs. Marx's zany trio. Swamped with your bills, late with your rent. Let Betty Davis run out on George Brent. See Fred Astaire stepping in style. Whenever you're dark and upset, go looking on Clark and Claudette. Just go to a marvelous movie. So when your life seems a bit lean, just let some shadow appear on the screen. Shine like a star for a big while. Whenever you're down in the dumps, try putting on Judy's red pumps and cover a Kurt Moulton Stoppy, a moth-eaten copy, a dangerous beauty, a Cupid all cutie, an ancient high llama, a high-stepping mama. Just go to the movies and smile. I love that applause. This is my favorite song from Dear World. He stood and looked at me, and I was beautiful, for it was beautiful how he believed in me. His love was strong enough to make me anything, and I was everything he wanted me to be. But then he walked away and took my smile from him, and now the years blow by, but every now and then I stop and think of him, and how he looked at me, and all at once I'm beautiful again. For a moment I'm beautiful. songs from the televisions. From televisions, ha! I'm holding back the hands of time, and though a fool may say I'm past my prime, my heart has always clung to staying almost young. A few gray hairs that all my teeth can never hide the kid that's underneath, the kind whose hopes are hung on staying almost young. My walk is swift and sporty, my disposition is evergreen. Why say I'm over 40? I'm over 17. I still have all the speed it takes, while all the others have applied the brakes. And when my knell is rung, I'll still be strutting and kicking like some little chicken and almost young. Each time it rains, that my arthritis and my phlebitis are simply growing pains. So let them say I'm past my peak, that I'm a million years from hide and seek, that when my dirge has run, I'll still be tough as a riddle and fit as a fiddle and tutting and kicking like some little chicken and almost young. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Open a new window, open a new door, open a new highway that you've never tried before. Before you found you're a dull fellow, punching the same clock, walking the same tightrope as everyone on the block. The fellow you want to be is three-dimensional, soaking up life down to your toes. If anyone says you're slightly confidential, just put your thumb up to your nose and show him how to dance with a new rhythm, whistle a new song, smoke to a new image, the fillet and fill too long. There's only one way to make the bubble stay. Simply travel this new highway, turn to a new rhythm, open a new window every day. Milk and honey. Hello, Dolly. Maine, dear world. The tour, the grand tour. La Cage aux Folles, Mac and Mabel, Mrs. Santa Claus, Jerry Herman music. Always looking forward, always striving upward, always leading to a brighter tomorrow. Open a new window, open a new door, travel a new highway that's never been tried before. Before you find your dull fellow, punching the same clock, walking the same tightrope as everyone on the block. The fellow you ought to be is three-dimensional, soaking up life down to your toes. Whenever you say you're slightly unconventional, just put your thumb up to your nose and show him how to dance with a new rhythm, whistle a new song, for a new vintage that feels as it feels too long. There's only one way to make the bubble stay. Simply whistle a new love song, for a new vintage, open a new window every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Gelfin, Carol Shedlin, Gerda Grunin, Aaron Morishida.
I'm going to sing that. What a wonderful audience. I should have them every night. We all want to thank you so much for being here. We want to thank Sidney Meyer for having us here. Yay, Sidney Meyer. And our wonderful lighting designer, and Bobby Nealon back there. Yes. And I think Miss Julie Wilson is in the house tonight. Hello, Julie. Thank you so much. So, thank you for being a lovely audience, and adieu.